Scottsdale, Orlando, San Diego. Nice, another San Diego. Rennie. Cool. All right.
Oh, I'm
Columbus,
seeing some
Ohio.
familiar names.
Nice, nice. All right,
I think I
guys.
did some demos with a couple of you guys.
All right. We can get started now. I got it. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it still
and
on
then
my
get
screen?
right. It is. Yeah. So guys, if you run into some technical issues, please be patient. We haven't done, oh yeah, now it stopped sharing. We haven't done a demo I mean, a webinar in a long, long time. So we're just trying to make sure it is working as expected. Let me see, what screen am I sharing? All right, let's see. All right, can you guys see the screen, Tyler? Do you see it on where it says Gen 2 AI?
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. And
Cool.
does everybody hear everything okay? I saw some people had some issues with audio. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything's
All
good.
good. Perfect.
Everybody can see the screen. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I see
All
it.
right, cool. Awesome, guys. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is something we've been working on for a while. Gen 2 AI, what we launched last year, we wanted to go in and see kind of what we can do to really, really take it to the whole next level. That's what Tyler, I and our dev team has been working on for a long, long time, and excited to share that with you. Let's see. All right, this is the team behind Gen 2. Tyler is the architect of Gen 2. All the AI agents that you're going to see, he's the one who came up with the ideas, did all the, kind of the flow of it. Tyler, if you just want to do a quick intro of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. My name's Tyler. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Dad of five. And been working with REsimpli for a while now. I've also done about 200 deals myself, mainly wholesaling, novations, things like that, and used REsimpli for my CRM for a while now. And in using the platform, I saw a couple things that I thought could be improved, especially around AI. So Sharad brought me in and been working with them closely on Gen 2. So that's what we'll be showing you guys today.
Sorry, let me go back. Oops. Let me see. We ran into our first technical issues. All right. Let me see. How do I stop share? Okay. Oh man, calls are so much easier than webinars. Anytime I hit escape, it makes me, it does not disable that screen. So, all right, sorry about that, guys. We'll do again. All right, Tyler, let me know what. Okay, I can arrow back. Good, perfect.
There
All
you
right,
go.
so Tyler, yeah, there we go. All right, so Tyler is the person, architect of Gen 2 AI. Sandeep, who's our CTO, is the builder who basically built everything on the back end. And I would just say I'm a lucky guy that got to have Tyler and Sandeep on the team. Sandeep's not on this call, but I'm excited to show you kind of what we built. A little background about myself: in Carlsbad, California, about 30 to 45 minutes north of downtown San Diego. I'm founder and CEO of REsimpli, also an active real estate investor in Northwest Indiana market. I've done over 750, 800 deals. For anybody not familiar with Northwest Indiana market, it's practically a suburb of Chicago, about 30 to 45 minutes outside of downtown Chicago. And I own a property management company. We manage about 350 units. Out of those, about 50 are my rental units. I used to have 60. We sold a 10 or 11 unit building last week or this week. And then now I have about 50 units. So we didn't do so good. We made a little bit of money on that 11 units, but we didn't do so good. But all right. So yeah, that's a little bit about the team that worked on Gen 2. Let's see if how do I arrow? All right. All right, we'll take some questions in a bit. All right, so this is the vision that we have with the AI. This is the vision. Every decision that we're making with AI is filtering through this vision that we have. How do we empower a single person to close 100 deals or more without needing to hire a single human in their business? So what you guys are going to see, it's the foundation that we're working with. That is going to be our vision moving forward with what we're doing with AI, with 6.0 coming out in a couple of months, and then other AI stuff that's going to come out. The idea is, our vision is, we really, really want to empower a single person, a solopreneur, to be able to close plus deals a year without needing to hire a single human in their business. So that we feel like it's very possible, very feasible, and that is what we're using in our decision making every single day. All right. Tyler, let me know if there's any questions or anything on this. All right. So
No, not yet.
what we built with Gen 2 AI. So imagine if your pipeline ran by itself, like you have a lead, imagine if you have a lead manager that calls every single call, every single SMS, what's answered with full context. Imagine an employee in your business that knows everything about every single lead that you have in your pipeline. Like as soon as a seller call them, they know every single conversation that they've had. They qualify your leads, handle every single objection in real time, and follow up until either the lead is closed or they opt out or they tell you, hey, don't ever call me again. They can handle audio in-person, phone appointments, and book them on your calendar. So you just show up and you see phone appointments or in-person appointments showing up on your calendar. Um, it can make offers depending on where it makes sense. It's not going to throw out random offers. We put some guardrails in place where AI can make offers where somebody calls in, and we're going to do a demo of that, where somebody calls in and really just wants an offer. They don't want to book an appointment or anything. AI can do that. And then the cool thing is, the big thing is, like, AI is going to update your REsimpli account on its own. It's going to move leads in your pipeline. It's going to set up drip campaign for you. So you don't even have to set up a drip campaign. It's going to do that for you without you and based on the context that it has. So really amazing stuff, like where, we challenge ourselves on, okay, what can we really do where you can really replace a human lead manager and then just have AI take care of every single thing, move leads in your pipeline, do make appointments, make offers, handle any objection, and has full context. That is the big part, is it has memory now. It has like every single context, whether you call, SMS, any note that you add, any custom question that you update, it has all of that memory now. So, right. And the other AI update that we've made is for your acquisition reps or your dispo rep. I mean, the goal with this AI agent was we wanted to make sure your acquisition rep or your dispo rep were absolutely performed at their best possible. So we wanted to think about what tools we can provide that they can perform at their absolute best. So we did something where you don't ever need to take any notes. You don't have to listen to any call. You don't have to ever take any notes. Every call that you have, buyer seller conversation that you have through text, through call, even if you update a custom question and you have, or even if you do manual note, it takes all of that information, organizes it for you in very specific fields that you can actually filter based on. So you can have your acquisition team, dispo team just be talking to buyers and sellers, and you don't ever need to take any notes. Like everything at the end of the call, you have full summary of everything that's happened, organized in fields, which will show you you guys. And then anytime your acquisition person or dispo person is making a call, they have all the context. They never have to listen. They don't even have to read any notes. They click on dialer. We change the dialer. They click on the dialer button. They have everything that they need that they want to go into the call. So they could just be dialing, not have to think about, hey, wait a minute, let me just see what happened with this seller. They just know exactly. AI tells you, I mean, AI even tells you exactly what you should be saying. If it goes to voicemail, this is exactly the voicemail you want to leave. If they pick up, start with this, what is their biggest objection? And it even tells you their personality, which we'll go into. And then another thing we did was, imagine you're writing an SMS. Rather than having to type a generic message, you just click a button and it creates the most relevant message for you based on the context, based on specific information. You don't even have to write any messages in drip campaign now. You can just enable this button and AI will automatically write the messages for you based on that specific seller without you ever having to know about their situation. You don't have to know anything. You just click a button. AI automatically does that. And then we totally updated the lead score also. So you know exactly which lead you need to work on. And it's a dynamic score now. So it keeps updating based on lead situation. So you don't have to go and refresh. It should automatically update daily. If you get a new call, the AI score will update daily for you also. So this is what we built. We built AI lead manager, that follows up on every single call, that answers any call, handles any objection. It has full memory now. It can handle objection. It can book appointment. It can follow up on your behalf. It can keep your leads pipeline updated, moving your leads to dead lead, moving your leads to offer made or anything that you want to do. AI is going to do that for you. And then the AI copilot is more of an assistive AI That's going to help your acquisition team going into actually talking to sellers, closing on those deals. It's going to help you actually perform at the absolute best based on all the relevant data that they have. So let me exit, out of this. All right, let's do this. All right. All right, so we're going to go into demo now. Tyler, do you want to share your screen going to the demo?
Yeah,
Let me
let me
just
go ahead and
quickly see.
share.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please feel to put it in the Q&A related to the webinar, the Gen 2 webinar that we're doing. So we'll make sure we can address all of those questions through in Q&A.
All right,
Let me
can you guys
just
see my screen?
let me just how would AI run the numbers based on what and what would it give? All right, so we're going to go over that. Issues if you're feeding it every call. Yeah, so Limul, I hope I'm saying your name right, Limul. How would the AI run the numbers based on what, and what would it also give a cache of innovation offer if the cache offer is too low? So we'll go over that. And Andres has a question on how are you handling the bloated context issues if you're feeding it every call? No, so that's what we've done on our end. It's not like feeding every single call. We feed every single call, we filter through, and we have an AI brain that we've set up on the back end. So only the most relevant information goes there. All right, so this is done. All right. All right, Tyler, you can go ahead and start with your
Okay.
demo.
Okay, yeah. So let's get right into it. So everybody's familiar with this page here, right? The dashboard. And as of Saturday, you guys should have these options here to, look at the AI marketplace. You'll have a lead manager dashboard. And right here, you'll be able to actually set up your lead manager. So let's go right into the AI agents real quick. So now we just have the lead manager and the AI copilot. And inside, these are all the included agents in each. So um, let's just look at our lead manager, and we could go ahead and just set up our inbound sales coordinator. So whenever you go to set up your lead manager, basically all you need to do is give it some basic information like the name of the AI, your company name, your company website, just some basic stuff that the AI needs to operate here. And you could choose your greeting. You can even put a custom greeting now on those inbound and outbound calls.
I just
We
really
do
quick
have
on the greeting. One change we made, obviously I did custom greeting, and you can now also have, if you want AI, somebody to call in, and AI does not introduce itself as a human. So you have that option also if you want to use that, or you can do your custom greeting.
right. Yeah, so that's a big thing too now. Before I would say, "Hey, this is Kate or whatever name. I'm an AI assistant." It doesn't do that anymore unless you want it to, which, I don't have it doing that. But so you can set that up. Custom greeting. We do have some new voices that sound really good. Emma's personally my favorite. And then we have Jessica here, so you could go preview those out. We have some male voices too. And then we do have some sales techniques coming. So right now we just have the default sales technique based on best practices for lead management, but we do have like NEPQ and Sandler sales method. Those would be some new sales techniques that we'll be adding here for you guys. It's basic info again, business location in case people ask for it. The AI is not going to give this out willingly. It's just if someone asks for it. And then right here is really where it starts getting fun. You could really set up what questions that the AI is going to ask the seller. And I did see a question in the comments about land. We're working on land now. It's actually working really well. That will be coming very, very soon. We're still in testing with the land part of everything, but it'll ask a different set of questions. Right now, it's mainly just for residential, small multifamily properties. And you could set up which questions you want the AI to ask the seller. Obviously, you're going to want them to confirm the address. I like to just get the basic four pillars, reason for selling, condition, time frame, price, and obviously the occupancy. You could grab these other details too while you have the AI agent on the phone with your seller. And the cool thing now about the new AI agents is that um, it'll actually only collect the information if it's missing or if it's stale. And what that means is if the condition doesn't exist in your CRM and we haven't gathered that piece of information yet, the agent will actually ask for that. And if it does exist, it'll just skip over it or it'll lightly touch on it, just confirm if it's still in that condition or not. So that's where the memory starts coming into play. So right here, the AI automatically skips questions when the data already exists in your account. And the next thing is we added was the ability for the AI agent to make an offer to the seller. But it only makes an offer if the seller is, basically cold lead, just, and you guys know these sellers, the people that call in, they're just like, just send me make me an offer, send me an offer. I called for an offer. Um, they're just tire kickers. They just want to hear a range. We set that up in your account for you now. So, and the calculation comes based on your wholesale max allowable offer. And I'll just show you real quick what that kind of looks like. So everybody has a calculator inside of REsimpli, and you have this wholesale max allowable offer right here. So it'll actually pull from that number to create the offer range. And if this number doesn't exist, it'll use the ARV that you put right here. And if that number doesn't exist, it'll just use the estimated value that's inside of REsimpli. Because every time you add a lead into REsimpli, we automatically pull that estimated value for you. So let's go back here. And you could set up what percentages. So let's say that MAO was 100,000. The AI will only offer 80 to 90,000 based on the percentages that you set up here. And it will round the offer to the nearest thousand, so it sounds human-like. So it's not saying like an exact figure, all the way down to the dollar. Now, this is where the call outcomes come into play. This is where a lot of the automations happen after the call. So once a call ends, you could really set up what happens now with that lead. So you could set up either a phone appointment. It'll just put a phone appointment on your calendar for you. Or you could do a phone or in-person appointment. These are going to be for your people that are, doing local deals in your backyard. You want to set up those in-person appointments. You would just select this option here, and we do have the same old options right here too. And then you could go ahead and set up who that appointment's going to be for. So if it's an in-person appointment, I'm going to want to set that up for my acquisitions manager, and you can also set up what areas you want the appointment to get set in. So if it's outside of any of these zip codes right here, the AI is not going to set up an appointment for you. If they call in a whole different state where you don't really do business, they're not going to set up an in-person appointment for you. However, it'll schedule a phone appointment if it's outside of that area. And then you can even set up who the phone appointment's going to go to. So maybe you want that to go to a lead manager instead of your acquisition manager. And these will go onto your Google Calendar too, as long as you sync your Google Calendar up right here in REsimpli. Any questions on the setup? Okay, I had a question about multiple acquisition managers. Yes. Yes, it'll work with that. It depends on which acquisition manager is assigned to that lead, which you could set that up in the settings.
And
Does it
Jose
account
has a
for?
question.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
go
what
ahead.
was that?
Tyler. No, I just said Jose had a question. Does it work only for inbound or both inbound? It does work for
Mm.
both inbound and outbound. You set up agents separately. You can have different set of questions to ask on outbound, inbound, but all of the AI agents work off the same memory now. So, and it's not just AI memory. You could have a human conversation. AI is going to pick that up next time it makes a call or receives a call or you send a text message.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love this question too about if the agent can make creative offers. Not yet, but as someone that buys property subject to, definitely would love to start working on that very soon. Um, yeah, no, I think that's all the other questions here about setting up the AI. All right, so that's setting the AI agent up. Pretty simple. You kind of just go through, set up however you want, make sure it's setting up those appointments for you. And the whole thing with this is you want to be able to turn this on and appointments start showing up in your calendar. That's really the goal here. Not only phone appointments, but in-person appointments too. So that's really the goal here is just get those appointments, get your acquisition managers full of appointments here. Now let's go into a lead and see, now that we have our agent set up, and let's just see a quick scenario here. So I know a lot of you guys are already users. Some of you guys already have a bunch of leads in your system. Once you turn the AI on, all those leads will now have context that it could give to the AI agent. So if any notes, all the previous call recordings, all the custom fields that you guys have, any text messages, the AI is going to look at all that, and it's going to go to basically, we call it our AI brain, and that's going to pass over to the AI agent So now it's going to know all the details on that particular lead. So if an existing lead calls in, the AI agent will have all that information. And I'll just kind of show you what that looks like now. So I have this lead. It's in my pipeline. I already have some details on this lead. And I'll just show you our AI summary real quick. So this is summarizing this entire lead. So all the context on this lead. Got a postcard in the mail. It's tenant occupied property. Seller's asking about 100,000. And it has some other options here, like negotiation status and the next step.
And
then we have
also, if you go, and it tells you as of what date the information is updated. So you have like after each field, you have a timestamp of when this last information was collected on this.
Right. Yeah. So and that'll be for each one. So if the condition was collected 3 months ago, that'll reflect right here. So, and this is based on all the call transcripts, all the notes, everything in the CRM. Before we had summary, we do still have summaries for every call, but it's fragmented to each call. This summary here collects all the data across the entire lead, and you could see it all in one spot. So no more than having to read notes or any of that stuff, or go through call recordings. You can just look at the AI summary. And now we also have the AI fields, which automatically updates here based on the conversation with the lead, which these are all filterable too. So these automatically update. You don't have to go fill these out like you previously had to in the custom fields. They just automatically update based on the conversation. And I'll show you some more of these in just a second. But and once you turn the AI on, basically what I was just showing is all that would automatically populate for you on all your leads. So how cool would it be? You turn this on, all your leads have all the context you need. You could go filter by it and, cherry pick the best leads in your CRM. Now
I've been testing it in my account, and my meetings with my team has been way more efficient. Like previously they would tag me on some notes, hey Sharad, can you check this or that? I would listen to some calls, none of that anymore. You just click on AI summary. It's updated for you. Just go there. It has the most relevant information. When I'm going through with my team, we know exactly what's going on the acquisition, transaction, dispo, AI fields we can check. And then like it just makes the process way more efficient. All right, let's do a test call.
Yeah, let's do a test call. So this is a lead that's already in my CRM. No, I guess I could do let's just do a brand new lead real quick. So I'm in my CRM. I'm just hanging out in here, and let's say a lead calls in and they want to, I don't know, be removed from the list, let's say. Because I think that's about 30% of the inbound calls that come in are just like, hey, take me off your list. Don't call me. So your lead manager or yourself, you have to go in there, go listen to the recording, and then go move that lead over to dead leads. That's all automated now. So let's go ahead and call in. Can everybody hear? Ringing's good? Okay.
Hi, this is Kate with REsimpli. How can I help you today?
Yeah, you guys keep sending me these postcards in the mail. Could you quit sending these to me, please, and quit calling me?
No problem. I'll make sure we don't reach out to this number again. You're all set.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. So that lead should have came right into the system pretty instantly there. So you can see the leads right here. And if we click into this lead, we will see an inbound call. Is this my number here? Okay, yeah, that's my number. So also I got a notification that an inbound caller called in, requested removal from outreach, marked DNC. So the AI also left a little note for me right here, just like a real lead manager would do. Recording and everything's still here. And this lead is no longer in the new leads. It automatically moved it over to the dead lead stage. And now it's out of my way. I don't have to look at it. My team doesn't have to look at it. And there we go. It just moved it automatically for us.
And we looked at our data, we looked at the inbound call. This is 1/3 of the calls coming into our platform are people just want to be taken off the list. That's like 30 to 35% of the calls are people calling in saying, hey, just take me off your list. I don't want to hear from you again. Don't call me. I'm going to sue you, whatever. Now you don't have to manage any of those people. Takes them off, handles the conversation, moves them to dead lead for you on your own. You don't have to touch that. You get a notification if you want to go back and check to see, if you want to put them back into the funnel. But it just, if somebody says, take me off, handles the conversation, moves them automatically to dead lead.
Yeah. So let's go through a scenario now where maybe it's someone that actually wants to sell. So I'm gonna call in and act like a seller.
Hi, this is Kate with REsimpli. How can I help you today?
Yeah. I got a postcard in the mail from you guys.
Yep, that's us. Did you have a property you were looking to sell?
Yeah, I'm seriously considering it at this point.
Awesome. Can I get your first name real quick?
Yeah, it's Tyler.
Do you have about 2 minutes to go through a few quick questions about the property?
Yeah, I got a couple minutes. What kind of questions you got for me?
All right, let's start with the address, please.
Yeah, that's it's on 123 Main Street, and that's in New Orleans, Louisiana. 70037 is the zip.
Is anyone living there right now, or is it sitting empty?
No, it's actually sitting empty at the moment.
About how long has it been vacant?
About 6 months now.
How's the property doing condition-wise? Pretty well kept up, or does it need some work?
I'd say it probably needs a little bit of work.
No worries, we buy in any condition. Is it more cosmetic stuff or bigger repairs?
I'd say it's probably bigger repairs. Got a roof leak, and it's leaking into the wall, and now I got some mold on there, and yeah, it's not looking too pretty in there at the moment.
Okay, that helps. Do you know how old the roof is?
Yeah, the roof's probably about 20 years old, I think, at this point.
No worries, we deal with that all the time. Are you trying to move on this soon, or is timing pretty flexible?
No, I'm trying to get it done like quickly, as soon as possible.
What's got you looking to sell so quick, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, actually, I inherited this property from my mom. She recently passed, like, I don't know, 6 months ago, and just been dealing with it ever since then. It's just been a lot to deal with.
I'm sorry for your loss. What would you need to walk away with to make this worth it?
I'd say probably like 150,000.
150,000. And is there still a mortgage on it, or do you own it free and clear?
Yeah, I think there's about 20,000 left on the mortgage, I'd say.
I think I've got everything I need here. One quick thing before I get you set up. If the number and timing worked, is there anything else that could get in the way?
No, I think that's pretty much it. No, nothing else.
I want to get you set up with Tyler from our acquisition team. He's the one who can go over the numbers with you directly. What day works best?
Well, could we do tomorrow?
Yeah, we can do Friday, April 17th. Would 10 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon work better?
Let's do 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Be a better time for me.
Perfect. You're set for Friday, April 17th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Tyler will give you a call. Should take 10 to 15 minutes. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thanks, Kate.
We'll get this moving for you. Talk soon.
All right, bye-bye. All right, cool. So let's see what happened there. I went through the whole call and acted like a seller. So let's see if that lead's going to come into the system now and what happened here. So here's the lead. And it looks like it collected the name automatically. It just put a little comment for me. Let me go ahead and refresh it real quick. It takes a couple seconds just to get everything in here. So the lead manager put a little tag for me and said that there was a phone appointment confirmed on this day, this time. It collected my name, put it in there automatically. Even the address was automatically added to the CRM. And let me go back here and make sure that everything else looks good. Yeah, so appointment is confirmed, and that should be showing up. And it even gave me a pretty high lead score, and it tells me why that lead score is. So seller inherited the property after his mother passed, has roof leak with some mold, needs major repairs. Seller wants to sell quickly and scheduled a call for this date, this time. So this lead's ready to go. Even the AI summary should be updated at this point with everything you need to just review the lead real quick with your team. And in all the fields, custom fields were collected automatically. So probate was the reason, ASAP, motivation level is high. It put the price that I wanted, the mortgage balance, and basically all the details you'd ever want on a lead, even all the property condition, type, all that fun stuff. So, and these are all filterable. So you could see where AI is maybe collecting all this data through 1,000 different leads. And now you could just go and filter by all these different things here.
And Tyler, do you want to hover on the tooltip to show like it has a little bit more info?
Yeah, let's go back to the actual tooltip here. So if we go to AI summary, AI fields, it'll basically tell you why or where that data came from. So you can see selling reason is probate, and it gives a little reason, you know, where that data came from and when that data was gathered. Awesome. Any questions? Oh, I see we have a bunch going into the chat.
Yeah, one feedback that we got, which we're going to update, is when it takes out DNC, it's going to ask for the address before it removes them from DNC. So we have the address captured.
Yes, yes. And some people are asking about it moving over to the like a different stage. I don't have a make appointment or appointment stage on this particular account, but yeah, that'll be set up. You can actually set it up to be like, if an appointment gets set, you can have it moved to any stage you want. So that's something else that's coming too.
All right. And then it should book an appointment on the calendar, right?
Yes, it'll also book an appointment on the calendar. So let me go back here and see if this one went on the calendar. Do we set that up for Friday? Okay.
So if you're going to task an appointment tab.
Okay, let me refresh. Yeah, I know the in-person appointment was definitely coming through and going on my calendar. So, and we had the phone appointments going in there too. So I could do another test call and go for an in-person appointment and let's see if that goes on the calendar real quick. Let's see if I can change my appointment, by the way.
Hi, this is Kate with REsimpli. How can I help you today?
Yeah, this is Tyler calling back.
Hey, yeah, let me pull up your notes real quick. Is this about the one on Main Street?
Yeah, the one on Main Street. I was wondering if I can change my appointment. I'll actually be in town next week, and I'll be in town. So if you guys want to actually come take a look at it, I'll be there.
No problem. What day works best?
For a walkthrough, can we do sometime next week?
Yeah, we can do that. I've got Friday, April 17th at 9 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning.
You don't hear that?
Which one works better?
Let's
Sorry about that. Could you repeat?
Yeah, let's actually just change it to tomorrow, and then let's do a walkthrough, and I'll be available pretty much anytime.
Okay, I can do Friday, April 17th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Which one works better?
3 o'clock.
Perfect. You're set for Friday, April 17th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Tyler will meet you at the property. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye. All right, so that's going to take a second to come in, but I do see some questions coming in. Okay, Nick's asking, how do we prevent this scenario from happening? We are virtual, so would never want to randomly plan a walkthrough. Great question. So in your AI agent setup, you can actually just turn off in-person appointments completely. It'll only set up, phone appointments. All right, so looks like it put a note on this lead. Go ahead and refresh it. And it said Tyler rescheduled to an in-person walkthrough on Main Street for Friday, April 17th at 3 p.m. And let's go to task and appointments. And there it is, walkthrough on Main Street. It is in person and it has a date and everything here. And that should be in the calendar, which also syncs up with your Google Calendar. And yeah, good question on the first one for the phone appointment.
Yeah, we did like
we had
100
that-
S calls and it worked every single time when you do it on the demo. Yeah, we'll get that looked into. Yeah.
Well, that might be a simple, I have no clue what happened there, but yeah, we works all day. And of course, during the live demo, it doesn't want to work for me. So
Yeah. Yeah, and then Tyler's been calling with the same number like 500 times now, so it may be confusing the shit out of AI also. Like,
yeah,
what
I
is
think I
up with
called
this
this
guy? He keeps-
AI. Yeah, the AI is like, man, you keep calling me. What's going on?
Yeah, and then let me see.
Some-
Yeah, go ahead, Tyler. You want to take some question?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just looking at some about buffer times. Yeah, that was something I was thinking about too. So it's not booking back to back. So right now their default set for an hour for in person, and for phone appointments it's 15 minutes. I know there's some things you can do on your Google Calendar too to have those buffers automatically in between calls, but that's some things that we do want to add in the future too, to where you could just do it directly inside of REsimpli.
By the way, the buffer time is coming with 6.0, just so you guys know. And somebody had a question about Outlook. That's also coming with 6.0 also, the Outlook integration and buffer time on calendar. And it's also going to look at based on the driving time. Okay. All right,
Yeah,
let me just
Outlook's
go through
coming for
quickly
6.0. By the way, I have a lot of Outlook questions.
Yeah, let me quickly go through the questions. All right. Demonte has a question. Will the people who bought Gen 1 yearly will be grandfathered? So we'll go into the pricing. Tom has a question. What year are you working towards for the vision of solo operator being able to do 100 plus deals a year with no human intervention or limited? I would say like you should be able to do a vast majority of that by the end of the year. We're thinking about some like really, really deep work. I mean, just any part of the business like dispo, operations, like some really, really cool thing. But we wanted to build this out first, and then we have 6.0 coming, and there's going to be a lot of other AI updates coming with 6.0. Right. Are these meetings recorded to look back at? Yes, we will email these meetings to everyone. And Joe has a question. Is there a way to automatically skip phone appointment, do in-person only? Joe, it will do based on, Tyler, do you want to go back to AI agent really quick? Yeah, so we can answer that. Yeah, so you can set it up here on the call outcomes.
Yeah, so you could just set it up for only phone appointments, no in person, and you could set it up for either in person or phone. The only thing with setting up only for in person, we set it up to where you have to put at least the zip code. You have to put the zip code in which the property is to trigger the in-person appointment. So as long as it's in one of these zip codes, it'll trigger an in-person appointment. So on the call earlier, I gave it this zip code here. So now the AI agent knew to book a call. In-person appointment for that lead. I'm sure there's a way we probably could have it to where all of them are in person, but the problem is if someone calls in a completely different state, that's kind of what we're looking out for.
And I think some of the other challenges were like if you're doing the zip code, then sometimes it was people calling from different states. And if you didn't have a rep, it was still booking in-person appointment. It was just people were getting random in-person appointments. So we don't want to have to deal with that. So you can put in zip code, you can put as many zip codes as you want, and then it'll reference that for your calendar appointment. All right, and then a question from Jamie, do you have to manually set acquisition on the team for each lead for it to assign, or do you need to select? You can do however you select, Jamie, round robin, first to claim, manual assignment. It's going to do based on that. In future 6.0 update, we're going to have a bunch of new additional assignment options. But right now, As long as there is an acquisition manager assigned, it's going to pick whoever the acquisition manager is, and it's going to book appointment for that. So it's not one person, it's based on the role that you have for that specific, for acquisition manager, whatever you select. Okay, and Molly has a question, will a recording of this call be sent out? Yes, we'll send the recording out. Adrian, does this work for Dispo set of specific buyer with specific zip codes or property? That is coming with 6.0, the Dispo side of it, but we have some updates coming with Dispo, which we'll go over. But it's Santiago, what is going to change on the Dispo side? Again, we'll show some things that we're working on the Dispo, but a big update is coming at 6.0. And can I comp property as REsimpli? I'm new. I have same question. You too. Yeah, comping property, MLS comps are coming with 6.0 also. It does allow to look into land properties too in addition to that's it. Niazo Islam has a question thinking of land again. Land AI is coming in a couple of weeks. We have some people already using REsimpli for land, but with 6.0 we have a specific update coming if you're running a land business, but you can manage it for either residential or you can manage it for land for your business. Jamie has another question. What if someone calls in to be removed from internet? So what if you don't have a name and address? Yeah, so we'll get that updated, Tyler. If somebody wants to be removed, if it does not have an address, then we'll make sure we get the address. So yeah, that'll be, it's going live on everybody's account on Saturday, so we'll make sure we get that updated. Can we add what? Yep, so same question, we'll get that added. I definitely need to collect the address, yep. So we'll get that added, the address part. With the AI integrator, does it have the ability of comparing other properties in the area? So that will be with 6.0 when we have the MLS comps come out. It will comp the properties, the AI will comp the properties, and then it'll be integrated with the AI also. So you don't even have to put in ARB or anything, it will auto-calculate on its own. Tom has a question. How do I get the AI summary turned on, not seeing it in my account? Are you referring to the AI summary tab, Tom? If that is going to go in your account on Saturday. It's not available right now. This is a test account. You will see it on your account on Saturday. So you'll see this on your account on Saturday. And then does the new integrator help with calculating? Yep. So calculating offers, MLS will come with 6.0. Can the AI offer to live transfer? Yes, you can also do live transfer also if you want. And then this way can the lead be under contract with someone else if they have to wait until the next day. Yeah, so it'll be able to do live transfer also. That's a call outcome option that you can select. Tyler, if you want to show really quick on the interested.
What was it?
If you can do a live transfer.
Oh yeah, live transfer. You just put the number in here.
Yep. And Joe has a question. What about the opposite where we only do in person? All right, perfect. Thank you, Joe. So live. All right, and then Randy has a question. Will it automatically set a reminder as well as text to the seller to remind them of the appointment time would be set the appointment? Is it setting the appointment, or I think we're gonna have that some reminders be set up, right? Where it just remind, I mean, you as a team, you get notification that new appointment was set up. And then Tyler, do you want to quickly show the dashboard?
Oh yeah. Oh, the lead manager dashboard?
The lead manager dashboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where you will be able to see how many, again, it's not updated right now. It'll be updated Saturday when we go live. How many incoming calls AI has answered, how many outgoing calls, how many incoming SMS AI has answered, how many outgoing SMS AI has sent, how many phone appointment, in-person appointment. And then I'll go a little bit over the autonomous part that's coming also. And then this dashboard will be updated where think of it as a lead manager. You'll be able to see every single activity AI lead manager is going to take, how many leads have been escalated for human to look at, maybe where AI made an offer or set up an appointment, where you need some review, where AI has stopped following up, where the follow-up is totally complete. Okay, all right. And we're just going to have lead manager to essentially make the position on and all. The idea is, so Tom has a question, literally just committed to hire a lead manager. Is this essentially making the position no longer needed, or will there still be a purpose for human intervention? Perhaps the role morphs into more data management, lead generation, making sure acquisition, disposition personnel have everything they need. Yeah, I mean, as far as the follow-up part is concerned, answering calls, making calls, and I'll show you something again. We have the autonomous part also. We tested, but we didn't want to make it live with just yet because there's already a lot of moving parts with this. So we wanted to go live with this on Saturday. let everybody use it for a week or two, and then we'll add the autonomous part, but I'll show you what it does. But Tom, what would happen is essentially AI is going to do all your follow-up. All your follow-up, it's going to move leads into pipeline. If you set up just kind of how it's set up an appointment with the autonomous lead manager that we have coming a couple of weeks, it will also move your leads to appointment set, offer made, and everything. So you don't actually have to go in and check on anything. It's going to automatically do that for you. I don't think, depending on what your lead manager is doing, if they're only answering calls, making calls, moving leads in REsimpli, I don't think that you need that role anymore. You can just have AI do that. And AI is going to follow up. AI is going to write very relevant responses specific to their needs. It's going to do a lot more that a human lead manager would be able to do. Right. Tyler, you want to go into show them like what the new SMS assist looks like?
Yeah, let's go back to a lead real quick. Let's just go to the lead that the test call I just did, for example. And then let's go to send a text message. Now we do have SMS assist in here now, where basically it just creates the best next text message based on all the conversation history and all the recent conversations. So, the AI knows that there's an appointment coming up. So the text right now is, "Hey Tyler, it's Kate. Still good for the walkthrough at 3 p.m. tomorrow at the house on Main Street?" And then you could go ahead and send that straight to the seller. So, if you're not sure what to say next, you just click that button, automatically generates for you.
And Tyler, do you want to go into drip campaign really quick?
Yeah, so if we go to drips, that same SMS assist is also found in your drip campaigns. So instead of typing out manually, a bunch of different drip campaigns, SMS, you could just turn on SMS assist. I usually like to skip on weekend and public holidays for my drip campaigns. And then the AI is going to come up with the next best. So whenever it's time for this drip to go out, in 1 month, it's going to look at where that lead is, all the notes, all the conversations, everything, the last couple texts it sent, and it'll automatically come up with the best next text to send and then send it directly to the seller.
It means you never ever have to think about what message to send. You're not sending any more generic messages. It's going to personalize it for that person every single time based on where they are, what status they're in, what is their situation, if they have an appointment upcoming, if you guys made an offer, if there's an appointment, if they were not interested, if they had a life situation, it's going to automatically update the message. So all you have to do is just tell when the message should go out. It's going to automatically update the message. And then you kind of saw what it looks like when you click on SMS assist. It gets the most recent information. So that's the cool thing is now all these AI work with each other. They share a common brain, and that's where the data is being pulled. So SMS assist pulled the data from based on the phone conversation. It pulled the data that, hey, there's an appointment set up. And then it just changed the message to, hey, just confirming that we're good for our appointment tomorrow, 3 o'clock. You want to go over anything you add to this, Tyler?
No, I mean, it really customizes every message that's going out. The problem with drip campaigns, I mean, they're awesome. I do love drip campaigns. The issue with them though is it's static information. The text that's going out is going to be the same text every single time. Besides, we could change the name and the address, but now it really is custom to where that lead is in the life cycle.
Yeah, and then you want to show them the new dialer.
Yeah, let's go back to the lead real quick. And let's just go to that same lead. And then let's go to call the lead. So now when we call the lead, we're met with this call briefing. So just some quick notes and some key things to look at right before I make the call. It gives me a pre-call brief that I could briefly read over to see, when was the last touch? What was the key seller quote that they said last? They said that they're trying to get it done quickly as soon as possible. Motivation read, inherited property after mom passed. Best time to call based on all the transcript data and, whenever you actually connect with them. And in any pending items that are coming up soon. So you can see there's an appointment coming up. And I also have an objection preparation and an open and angle. So you don't even have to think about what to say. You could just literally read this. It's the next best thing to say to the seller based on all the conversation history. And then you even have a voicemail script too. So if you don't get in touch with them, you could go ahead and just read that line for line. And
Okay.
then we
And
also
then
have seller psychology built in too. So it'll tell you the psychology of the seller. It's based on DISC profiles and in the confidence in that personality type, their primary driver to get it done, and in just some guidance for the rep based on some of the things that were said on the call. It'll give you literally line for line quotes on what you could say and what the seller said and why this personality type was chosen. Their communication style, their decision pattern, their core motivators, any stress signals that were observed, and buying signals to watch out for. Gaps in intel. So if you're missing any data, it'll kind of tell you here what's going on. So like right here, we didn't really touch on if it went through probate yet and who else needs to sign off. So this is something I should probably touch on the next call.
yeah, so the
So really
idea with
cool
this is imagine you give this to your acquisition team and they know everything about the lead. All they have to do is just click the dialer and that's it. Like everything that they didn't have to read any notes, listen to any calls, none of that. They just click right here and then they know exactly how to start the conversation with that seller. And it's pulling every single piece of contact. That's the cool thing is like whether you talk to the seller, a human talks to a seller, AI talks to a seller, you send them a text, you receive it. It's doing all of that. It's gathering everything, going into a common brain that the AI shares, and it's pulling the latest information from there. And it's updating the lead score in real time also. Tyler, do you want to show the lead score for any actually quickly questions on this, guys? If you can put your, I know you guys are flooding with tons and tons of questions. If you guys can please put it in the Q&A, this way I make sure that I go through every single one of them. Other it's like Shanae is doing a fantastic job, but it's like impossible to keep up with all the chat that we have. All right, so yeah, you want to show in kind of lead score really quick?
Yeah, so the lead score has improved a bunch because we're able to feed a lot more data now. And it's given it a really high score because we have an in-person appointment set. It's an inherited property. The house is vacant. It has roof damage. This is perfect, ideal property for, an investor that's looking to go buy something. Have the walk through here. So it's just basically showing why the score is what it is. And the cool thing is you're going to be able to filter by lead score. So, and these are all updating live in the background automatically. So based on all the context, all the conversation history, all the notes.
And just Tyler, really quick, Nick has a question. I'm going out of order. He said, does my computer have to be open like Cloud Coworker? No, it does not. It just works on its own in the back, and you don't have to have your computer on. It does that on its own. So you don't have to you can just let literally AI lead manager take over, and it's gonna move the leads. It's gonna do everything for you. So you don't have to have your computer on.
Yeah, I got another question too about voicemails because that was something a little weird before. Yeah, the voicemails are a lot better. They're dynamic now, so they're going to look at the property address and the seller's name in that voicemail.
Okay. All right, and then do you want to move this? I mean, go into lead and under contract and show how the lead score changes.
Yeah, so let's just move this lead to under contract real quick. I will have to fill out some information here. Let me see if I already have a lead under contract from earlier. Actually, I'll just move this one real quick because we'll keep it on the same lead. Under contract. Let's just put some random numbers here. Let's say it's let's say it's a wholesale deal, and just put some random numbers in there. All right. So let's go to our transaction management. Got a new deal under contract. And now we have a contract score. And this is basically showing us the likelihood that this deal will close. And it's showing why. Very similar to lead score, but it's a contract score, which, if you say have 20 deals under contract, you'll be able to look at which ones are most likely to close based on this number.
We should probably
And if
change
this,
the color. Like it's a higher number should be in green now that I think of it, and the lower number should be in
oh
red.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can definitely update that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah, we'll
sure.
update that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good comments too that I'm looking at. I'm like, man, we're getting some good feedback already, and
Yeah.
I'd love to implement those changes with you guys.
Yeah. And
For
then
sure.
I'll go over some of the other stuff that it's coming there. Tyler, do you quickly want to go over in the buyer side also, just to show kind of similar things that are in buyer now?
Yeah, let's go check out buyers. So got my buyers list right here, and I'm just going to click on a buyer here. And I know before everybody kind of managed their buyers and like organize them through custom fields. I think that's going to be a thing of the past because now every conversation you have with a buyer, all that context is automatically put into the AI summary. And my favorite, the AI fields. So you can see in the buy box, financial profile, activity experience, engagement status, and the next step. And what I love right here is the AI fields. It organizes all that data into filterable fields, so I could really find the best buyer for that deal that I'm looking for. And this all automatically populates just through conversations. So no more having to open up your custom fields and go type and go through one by one. You just have a normal conversation. AI is going to pick it all up for you and put it all here automatically.
And then these are all filterable fields also.
Yeah.
Do you quickly want to show in the filter options now for leads and buyers, that all of this you can filter based on now.
Yeah, let's go right into the manage filter. Let's add a filter here. Scroll down a little bit, and you can see now we have AI fields. And here's some of the fields you can filter by. We'll be adding some more as we go and see what people want, but I think we covered 95% of them here.
Yeah.
But
And
now
then
you can filter by all those
and
things.
then all of these, the AI fields is also available in leads now for every single lead.
Yeah, and Sharad, all the previous buyer conversations, like I know I've talked to hundreds of buyers in my REsimpli account. All those conversations, all those
We'll
texts.
get the AI fields, everything updated for those.
So now all
Yeah.
your buyers lists are going to automatically get updated with custom fields. Yep.
All right. No, it's not on the mobile app. It's only on the web. Just saw a quick question from Cole. And then some people had a question on the AI delay. I mean, we tested it, like we could change the speed on it, but it's very subjective, honestly. Like sometimes we had it really quick. It just sounded like right away that it was AI because on how quickly it was responding. But again, we'll go over the pricing and kind of everything, and then I just want to make sure I answer all the questions for you guys. So, all right. Pumping I already answered, so I'm gonna do that. Did you? Yeah. So, all right. I'm gonna share my screen and just quickly show over kind of what is gonna be coming with the autonomous once we let this out in the wild for a couple of weeks, let people test it out. I mean, we were testing it, but we decided to just wait on it for a couple of weeks before we did autonomous. So this is where I would say Tyler really pushed me on it and said, hey, let's just freaking go make it fully autonomous. So you will see this option, lead manager, autonomous lead manager AI. It's going to say coming soon. We're working on it, but I will show you kind of what it's going to look like. It's going to look like this. You'll have this button right here, get started, and then you'll go, and then basically you're mapping these AI intent with your pipeline. So anytime AI speaks, has a conversation with someone, it's extracting the intent. And based on the intent, you can tell, hey, if the lead is in conversation, meaning having active conversation, move it to this pipeline. Anytime AI schedules an appointment, move it to this pipeline. So you can tell it all of this, and it's going to automatically move your pipeline based on the most recent conversation. It will automatically do that. Then all you have to do is which campaign do you want it enabled on? Then you can choose how aggressively do you want it to follow up. Do you want to do aggressive follow-up? You want to do normal, or you want to do chill? You can see the cadence, or you can tell for this campaign, I just want to hold for review. Then it's going to go in right here in this LM dashboard, needs review, meaning it's waiting for your review if you want to do that. Or you can just say manual only, meaning you never want to enable AI on those. But I would say do AI immediately. It basically, so this completely replaces your drip campaign. You do not have to go in put the lead in any drip campaign, it automatically sends messages out. It automatically makes call. It makes call, sends text messages, answers any call, answers any text. I mean, the answer call would be based on how you have your call flow set up. But then you can see if you have it aggressive, how aggressively it's going to follow up. It'll do a very aggressive follow-up for first 21 days, and then after that, it'll go into long-term nurture, and it will automatically pick the best date and time to call or text, and then it'll automatically pick up the best text message to send if you do normal or if you do chill mode, just the cadence will change. Once you do that, that's it. The AI is now active in your account. So this is for any new leads coming into your account. Again, think of it as an actual lead manager, takes all your calls. No need to go in and do manual drip campaign. This is managing everything for you. It will make calls, send text messages, handle any incoming call, handle any text message. You don't have to do any of that anymore. And then the other update would be, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks, is you will be able to go in. If you have any active leads, you can apply a filter on those. And you will see an option of, I don't have it right here. You will see an option of basically right here, you will see another option called Activate Lead Manager. These are for your existing lead. And it'll show you kind of what the autonomous lead manager is going to do. Any lead that are on, okay, so go through this, then you can again choose your cadence. And it's a different cadence now because these are existing leads that you have context on. So the cadence will be different. AI will automatically change that. The messaging, the follow-up, the cadence, everything will change. Any lead that is already on drip campaign, it will skip it. If it's already on a manual drip campaign, it will skip it. Once the drip campaign is over, AI will automatically take that over. So you don't have to do anything. Any lead where it flags that the seller has clear buying signal where they say, hey, make me an offer. I'm ready for an offer right now. It's not going to touch that. It's just going to flag it for you that you need to look into that. Any lead with an appointment set or offer made, it's going to just flag it for your review. Any lead where you don't have any campaign assigned, you just need to make sure you have a campaign assigned. So based on that, it uses a phone number, or any lead that said opt out, dead, or under contract, it's not going to include that. That's all you do. And then that's it. Like you can see the cadence and it's going to start following up on your own. So this will really, really replace, if not everything a lead manager is doing, depending on what your lead manager is doing, but it will replace like 90 to 95% of what your lead manager needs to do. And it's 24/7 working. You don't need to have your computer on. It's doing that for every single lead, moving your leads into the pipeline, dead lead. Anybody calls back from the dead lead and says, hey, actually, I'm ready to make an offer. It's going to move it from dead lead, move it to, whatever based on the AI intent that you have set up. It's going to move it to whatever, if it sets a clear buying signal, it might move it to, however you have. So all you will have to do is map this AI intent with your pipeline in REsimpli, and that's it. That's it. You don't have to do anything manual after that. So this is going to come in a couple of weeks. We just wanted to make sure what we have right now. There's already a lot that we're rolling out with these updates. It has memory now, it has full context. It can do a lot of stuff. So we wanted to just make sure we roll this out, let everybody test it out, and then we'll add autonomous AI on top of this. Cool. Any questions on this? Let me just make sure. Anything in chat?
Yeah, we got a couple questions in there. Can we import leads from another CRM and map field so the AI has context? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever you upload the leads,
you'll be able to do that.
It's going to read all that. Yeah, it'll read all the custom fields, any notes that you upload. It'll take all that.
All right. Let me just go through Q&A really quick. Peter has a question. Can the AI go back and contact all leads and revive them? Exactly. That's kind of what I showed you. That's exactly what it's going to do. You can just literally have AI take over. You can select your leads right here. You can have different filters set up based on if you want to have some leads that aggressive follow-ups, some normal, some chill, however you want to do. You will just be able to go in, select this, and AI takes over. You don't have to do anything at that point. Like all you will be doing is you'll go into your dashboards, and then you'll start seeing these appointments start popping up for you, phone appointment or in-person appointment. So that's all you're going to do. And then all of this will be populated with when we go live with the autonomous lead manager. Okay. All right, let me see this bunch of questions. All right, so that's that. And then did you say the AI can suggest what to say on live call by RMs? The AI, I mean, if you transfer live, the person that you're transferring to, it's just going to give them a summary of what happened, but then, that person will not have, I mean, I would personally say just have AI book phone appointment That is the best. Or just say, hey, somebody from our team is going to call back. Live transfer, if they don't pick up, it's just going to say, hey, looks like the team member isn't available. We'll have someone call you back. Again, we looked at all the calls that came into our platform. 1/3 of the calls are people wanting to be taken off the list. They don't want to hear from you again. Now AI completely handles that. Completely. You don't have to touch those leads. They go into dead lead, you get a notification. If you can revive them, you can revive them. But as far as like AI does not tell the person what to say on the live call, they need context for that's where the AI can do that. How to comp with REsimpli? Can I use AI? So David, AI comping is coming with 6.0. It will be based on MLS comps. Are we going to be able to set it up to say take over the lead? Our current lead manager is following up with and continue touch base. Yep. So it's kind of what I showed you. You're going to all leads, filter them, have AI take over. Then human lead manager does not have to do anything. AI will just completely take over those leads. Will AI follow up be possible agents also for agent outreach? Yes, that will be coming with 6.0. There will be a separate pipeline or separate way for you to manage your real estate agent outreach. Can you go over the offer generation again? Do you have to fill out the calculator for it to give you an offer? If you don't fill out MM, it'll go over the ARV. So do you want to quickly go over, Tyler, really quick over the offer generation part? Parker has a question on that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look at it. So whenever you set up your lead manager, you're going to have the option to set up the offer, if it makes an offer or not. So you can just turn it on or off. If you do want AI to make an offer, basically it'll use the wholesale MAO first. And what I mean by that is if we go to any lead, there's a calculator inside of all your leads right here. And if you have, right here, I only have the ARV of the property. But if I had an MAO, so if I fill this out, it'll give me MAO. And then the lead manager will use that as a range in the offer. So it'll use that as 80 to 90%. So if the MAO is 100,000, the AI is going to make an offer of 80 to 100,000. Now, if the wholesale
80 to
MAO
90,000.
Yeah, 80 to 90,000.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't. But if we fill this out, or if we don't have this filled out, we just have the ARV. We could set that up. Maybe I want to do 40 to 50%. I'd probably do that on ARV. I looked at 100 deals I did, and my offer on the deals that closed, the ARV to offer percentage was 50% on the money on average. So I think that's a good ballpark, just 50% of ARV as a soft offer range. So you could set that up. And if you don't have ARV, that's totally fine. We just go off the estimated value that's in REsimpli on that particular lead. So I'd probably do the same for that, 40 to 50%. And it'll look at each one in that order. And if you don't have any of them, it's just going to skip. It's not going to make an offer because it doesn't have a number.
And it's only making an offer if it's a cold lead, somebody's really intent, if they just want to hear an offer, they're not giving any, they're not a cold, they're just a totally cold lead. If it's a warm lead or a hot lead, it's not going to make an offer. It's just going to say, hey, one of our acquisition specialists, Tyler, is going to come look at the property or talk to you on the phone and then give you an offer and then walk you through those steps. All right. Benny has a question. Are you able to reduce the delay in response from AI? Yeah, Tyler, we can look into that. I mean, that's easily, we can do that, but that's a very, we initially had it where it was immediately responding. That was too fast. Maybe you can change the setting a little bit, Tyler, on that. Okay. And Ron has a question. Will it do cold calling to a list? We're looking into that. If it does come, it'll come with 6.0. There's a little bit more regulation with outbound call. On the inbound call, you can have it where it does not identify as an AI, but on the outbound call, it will have all the contacts, but it is always going to identify it's an AI. We're not trying to pass this as a human. If somebody asks, are you an AI? It's always going to answer yes. I know there are other AI platforms that says it's not an AI or, whatever, I sound robotic. No, we're not trying to do that. It's an AI. It's, again, you have the option on the inbound not to say initially that it's not an AI. But however, if somebody says, are you an AI? It's going to always answer that as a yes. So there's some more restriction with outbound AI calling, which we're looking into. And Sean, if AI is doing our follow-up calling to warm, is it click to call or is it calling multiple leads? It's calling multiple leads. The only thing we'll do is if you select 1,000 leads at a time, it's only going to do 50 to 75 per day. So it's not calling all 1,000 at a time just because of A2P10 DLC requirement. We don't want to have thousands of calls go from your number. It's not a system issue. It's just an A2P10 DLC thing that we want to be respectful of that, not get you in trouble. So if you select 1,000 leads to call, you put them on AI, it will do that over 20 to 30 days. It'll go through all the initial follow-up and then and new leads will always take priority. If a new lead comes in, it will always jump ahead of the queue and then get put on the AI. So 50 to 75 leads per day follow-up. So if you select 1,000, it's not all 1,000 in one day. All right. And can you switch between the old and newer version? The old version is no longer, it's only available until Friday, end of day Friday, but Saturday, everything is gonna switch over to the newer version. Again, I'll go over the pricing right after I answer the questions. Will there be a way to have a drip campaign continuously follow up at the end, like a looping reach out every month, or without having to set up 80 SMS at the end of the drip? If you're doing AI, then you don't have to do that. You don't even have to do drip campaign. Like drip campaign is our most popular feature, but with this, you don't even need drip campaign. Like you literally you have like AI continuously following up for you nonstop. And then Jay, will AI analyze only new leads or can it also analyze old leads that already? Jay, it will analyze new and old leads also. David, will this be recorded? Yes, it will be recorded, the email, and it's also streaming live on our YouTube channel, I believe. So you can go back and watch the stream. It can make outgoing calls to qualify leads. Yes, it can make outbound calls. It can do speed to lead. Or if you have a web lead come in, it can start qualifying them immediately. It calls them within 5 seconds. When is 6.0 coming out? I don't want to commit to any date. I've already gotten a lot of backlash from you guys, which is my fault. I just went too aggressive with it. So I'm not going to commit to any date. We're aggressively working. I'll give you a small preview, a very small preview of what we're working on with 6.0 so you guys can see what we're doing. Nick, yeah, no, you don't have to. Nick has a question, does my computer have to be open like Cloud Code? No, you don't. It just all works automatically. Michael has a question. If I have new cold call leads from in-house agents that get input, can the AI automatically call them to? Yep, it can automatically do that if you have AI turned on. Cody has in the AI dashboard, can we see a list of who AI is talking to live and take calls from AI if it's a hot lead? It's not going to do that yet, where it's actually on the call live. You cannot take over that. But I know that's something we can talk to Sandeep to add it where it goes into the into your live calls, and then they can take over if they want to do that. Is there a setting to toggle on certain leads, instructing AI not to touch them? Yeah, Jesse, you can filter your leads. You can do based on incoming new leads. You can do based on specific campaigns. If it's a PPC campaign, very hot leads, maybe you have your inbound team take it. If it's like direct mail or cold calling SMS leads, maybe you have AI take over those. So you can do, and then you can do for existing leads also. You can easily filter and then choose which leads AI follows up on. If we take the lead manager qualification off, does that work now? Currently, it will ask these questions even if you don't have the question ticked off. This is important. So you can choose minimum questions you want to ask. I mean, my thought, this is just very subjective. My thought is if you have somebody on the phone, have AI ask as many questions as you want. Tyler thinks that you should only have like the 4 pillars. So it's totally up to you. But I would at least ask the address and then a couple of other, at least minimum, I would ask the question, the 4 pillars like price, reason, timeline, and there's one other condition. But you can even have it like, hey, have you thought about listing with an agent? So it's up to you. You can check or uncheck those questions. Dan has a question: I'm using AI caller now to REsimpli, but there are plenty of bugs that I've noticed in this. Are those? They should be, Stan. Like we completely redone this. Danielle, Anthony, if you can reach out to Stan from the Q&A and just get, reach out to him and see kind of what specific issues or bugs that he has, so we'll make sure they get addressed. All right, Nick has a question. Will every AI call handle set an appointment, or do certain measurements need to be met before appointment set? So the AI, depending on how you set up, if you have, you can do either set up in-person or phone appointment, and it will only do in-person if you bind a specific zip code. If it's outside of that, then you can default it to either it sets up a task or books a phone appointment. I would suggest default it to phone appointment. Then you're going to see a whole bunch of 15 minutes phone appointments show up on your calendar. But the main qualification for in-person appointment is whether it's in a zip code or not. Right, Tyler?
Yeah, and another thing too, if the seller like asks for an offer multiple times, then it's just going to go down that route and give the offer range. And if there's any interest, then it'll proceed to booking an appointment. And if they're not interested in the offer, it'll just go ahead and set a task to follow up with them later.
Yep. And then, Michael, how does AI handle task management, if at all? So it's going to set up tasks for you based on, Tyler, do you want to quickly share your screen and go over that? Oh man,
What was the
there's so many
question?
questions. How does it handle task management? Like how is it going to set up tasks?
Oh yeah, so whenever a call completes, the tasks just go right into your dashboard right here. So you can see like the test call I did earlier. Um, it actually set me an appointment. So and any other task will get set right here, just like previously. And then you manage all your tasks right here through the dashboard. So now you can see all these appointments we have set up from the AI, setting all these appointments up, and then obviously your task logs right here too. So yeah, they'll just show up right here, just like normal. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, and Jose has a question. What happens when a property is under company name or a trust? How does the AI interact with a real person? I mean, it'll just go through the same process, whether the property is under a company name or a trust. You'll still have a name for that person. So you're going to make sure if you have a name available instead of just company name, just put the name of the seller and then we'll just have the same conversation. Mitchell said, honestly, not a fan of the caller, but can the AI manager do all the notes, tags, move, etc., without it doing the calls themselves? So work with a human lead manager agent. It can do all
That's
the
interesting.
notes, tags, but not move the lead. Because if you have someone manually making the calls or answering calls, then AI will not do that. AI will, if you do it, then AI will take over the lead and do it based. I can actually look into that if
Yeah.
you all the new leads coming in, if you toggle them to, I don't know, I'll have to look into that. But yeah, notes, tags, those are regardless of whether you have AI answering or not. Those will work across all your leads. The dialer will work across all your leads, so you don't have to you don't have to use AI inbound or outbound call. Can I upload my checklist for buying properties subject to existing mortgage owner? Some of these, I mean, right now it's built for residential, and then land is coming. Like Shola okay, same person question twice. It's going to do some of the creative stuff a little bit later because there's some other, variables in it. It's doing residential now, straight up offer, but with the even on the offer, it's only making offer if somebody's really insistent on receiving an offer. It's not just making offer to every single seller. So, which will add some creative stuff later on. Can you add lenders at the category of buyers, even a separate person type? Michael, that's coming. You can do lenders in vendors right now, so you can already manage that. As a solopreneur, should I sign up today or wait until Saturday? I was ready to wait until after the webinar today. And let me go over the cost of this. Everybody is curious about the cost. Okay. All right, let me do this. All right, I'm just going to keep it like this. So this way I don't have to arrow back and forth. All right, so this is when we're doing the webinar today. It's going to go live in everybody's account. April 18th is when you're going to see it on your account. It's a free trial until May 31st. You don't have to pay anything. The only thing you don't have to pay is the minute usage. And then we're going to give you 60 minutes of free, 1 hour of free talk time. Use it across any AI agent to test it out. After that, you pay for it. Also, the minute cost is going up because we have a lot of contacts. Our token cost is super, super high. That essentially our cost, the minute cost is going to go up to 50 cents per minute for this because of the models that we're using to handle all the contacts. And then you'll have some pricing that you can get, discount you can get until May 31st. And after May 31st, starting June 1st, it goes to the regular pricing. And this is what the regular pricing is going to be. I'll actually show it right here. So the full AI lead manager includes all the agents, everything included is going to be $12.99 a month. And then just these 4 lead managers, including autonomous lead manager, will be $9.99 a month. It includes your inbound, speed to lead outbound, follow-up outbound, SMS outbound. It includes that. Seller intelligence is where you have the AI summary and then AI fields. And then deal intelligence is where you have the dialer with everything included, pre-populated leads. And then the lead score is updated, call review and seller appointment is a coach. The call review coach and seller appointment coach is same as what we had before. And SMS assist is the one that you have in drip campaign or manual text messages that you're doing. So this is the cost for each of them individually. My inbound sales coordinator is $399 a month now. Voice follow-up specialist $399. Speed to lead is $399. And SMS conversation is $299 a month. And if you get all of them, all of these, including autonomous, it's $999 a month. And that includes all incoming calls, outgoing calls, that AI, outgoing text messages that AI can handle for you. And then the AI co-pilot is the deal intelligence, the contact intelligence, the SMS assist at each $199 a month, lead score, call review, and seller appointment coach is 99 each, these three. And if you get just the AI Copilot, it's $499 for all AI agents. And if you get all 10 of them, the price will be $12.90. And this is the regular price. However, anybody that's already paying for all AI agents that are already paying for are on an annual plan, you just switch over to Gen 2. You don't have to pay anything extra. So whenever your annual plan ends, on the AI agent, so you're paying, $399 a month for all AI agents for Gen 1, you automatically switch over to Gen 2 until the end of your contract. So nothing will change for you, no pricing, nothing. It just switch over. Anybody that's paying for AI monthly, $399 for all AI agents. So you must have all AI agents. You next month, it's a free trial, but if you want to upgrade to full AI agents, if you are on an annual plan, your cost will be $799. If you're on a monthly plan, your cost will be $899. This is only locked for 12 months. And then after 12 months, you'll go back to, based on what other AI agents that we have, we'll have it, we may have a different pricing. And then the lead manager, which is this right here, $999. It's a $999. It'll be $699. And then AI Copilot will be on an annual plan or a monthly plan. It'll be this. And for anybody else that's not already paying for all AI agents, if you want to get the pricing before May 31st, this is what your pricing is if you are on an annual plan or if you're on a monthly plan. And then for everyone else, if you do not take advantage of this until May 31st, then it's regular pricing. For monthly users, no discount. For annual users, you have this for full AI Lead Manager Copilot. And then there's no discount on individual Lead Manager or AI Copilot. The discount is only if you get either the full AI with all 10 AI agents, or you just get these 4 AI Lead Manager, or you just get the AI Copilot. So depending on if you already are paying for it, if you're not paying for it, but you want to sign up before May 31st, or if not, then this is the regular pricing for it. Okay. Yeah. Any questions on that I can answer for you guys? Yeah. So anybody that's on an annual all AI agents plan where you have all AI agents, you don't have to pay for it. And then the Translate AI, and then the KPI, that's free moving forward. You don't have to pay for it. That's included in everybody's account. There's no cost for that for anybody moving forward. All right, let me just make sure I go through the Q&A. All right, I'm going to start from the bottom. Cost seems to be skyrocketing recently in all these add-ons. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Andrew, it's like the way we built it, it's a lot of token cost for us. It's very, very expensive for us, to be honest, on the back end, like just to constantly keep feeding the AI memory. It takes up a lot of, honestly, our cost is super high. Even the way AI is handling the calls, because we're feeding so much context to it, there is, it's again, another thing is we're not trying to be the cheapest product here. We want to provide a really valuable quality product here, which we feel like, I believe we built here. If you think about it, if you close one extra deal with an AI, it pays for the whole year. It just pays for the whole year. So that's what we're thinking in terms of value, not in terms of cost for us. All right, let me just start from the bottom. Currently on monthly all AI plans, will it go to $899? All right, so if you are on all AI agents plan, it will go to, if you're on a monthly plan and you upgrade to an yearly plan, it'll go up to $799 for you. Or if you continue month to month, it'll go to $899, but it's only for 12 months. So any new AI agents that we roll out, any Dispo and some other AI agents, you'll be locked in for that price until the 12-month is over. Okay. So that's what your pricing will be. But if you're on a full annual plan, then you don't have to worry anything. You just switch over to Gen 2 until the end of your contract. Right. And then the support team can answer any question. One about unlimited texting. The texting will be out of there's no additional cost for texting for AI texting. It's included in the cost that you have. The AI calling minute cost, our cost is also very, very high. And essentially 50 cents is basically more or less our cost on that. But you get 60 minutes or 1 hour of talk time included in every single account. So when you go live on Saturday, you'll see that. A texting is whatever plan you're on, you'll pay for, that some texting should be included. The pricing of the basic pro and enterprise is not included. It's still the same. So there's no change to that. So many questions. I ready to schedule a call on regarding we're addressing all of the changes that need to be made between onboarding new hires and AI and 6-month client. There's a lot of moving parts. Yeah, Tom, you can definitely set up a call with our onboarding team. They can go over and answer any questions that you have, anything that you need to know. Okay. That has an AI setting. What is the object that the AI has for call setting an appointment? Sean, are you talking about what is the objective that the AI has for call? I mean, it depends on what you want to set as an objective. If you want to have it book appointment, if you want to just have it, hey, we're going to call somebody from the team is going to call you back, or transfer call or send the booking link. I would say generally, I would just lean towards phone appointment. That generally would be my default, would be just book phone appointment. So you'll never make an only. The unlimited texting option is coming with 6.0. You will have plans where you have unlimited calling minutes, and unlimited texting minute is coming with 6.0. So we don't want to do another price change, so that will be coming with 6.0. Can you add a feature to select city or county in addition to zip codes? No, right now we wanted to do based on specific zip codes only, because that's the most accurate way to do that instead of doing city. Sometimes there's a mispronunciation in the city name. So we want to take that out. And also somebody had a question, I think Brett had a question about why does the AI not say the name? We tested it. Honestly, if it's a very straightforward name like Tyler, Mike, John, Brian, it's easy. But then sometimes people have ethnic names, or people have difficult names, and then AI really screws up. So it was just safer for us to take the name out rather than put the name in, which we can easily do that. But we just thought if it's a very common name, AI does a pretty good job. But otherwise, if it's an unusual name, then we would rather not offend somebody on how AI said their name. So we decided it's just safer to take it out.
Yeah, and we have I have
Yes.
some ideas for adding name in there to where they are more accurate. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
gonna be adding some of that stuff soon.
I was testing it with my name, and it just kept sometimes would get it right, sometimes not. We had other people testing it. Sometimes would with not English names, they would sometimes get it right, sometimes. So we just decided safer to take it out for now. What about us that on the basic software? Are there any software upgrade that we will get added? So Shola, there is nothing you have to do on your end. Like Saturday, you'll get this included in your account. You test it until May 31st. If you like it, you upgrade. You'll receive some emails and further information on how to upgrade. If you want to lock in your pricing before May 31st. If not, then starting June 1st, you'll go to regular pricing. All right, Randy. Hey, what's up, Randy? Is the annual pricing paid monthly with a 12-month contract, or would we have to pay for if you pay for you would have to be on an annual plan, basic, pro, and enterprise, but your AI you would pay for it monthly, if that makes sense. So you'll pay for your basic, pro, enterprise for the whole year, and then you'll pay for your AI add-on monthly. Dominic has a question. Is the OpenAPI actually for REST or SILS? No, it's our own API. I mean, you'll still be able to work with Zapier, But if you use, so Dominic has a question about is the open API actually pull request or still Zapier? It will be our own API that you will get more data through the API than you would get through Zapier. So it will be a lot more, it will be able to handle a lot more cases than Zapier. Is it possible to set an AI for only after hours? Brett, honestly, I mean, at the minimum, I would not have, I would just remove the voicemail from the business totally because there is no need to have a voicemail set up in your business. You should have AI. Now that AI has full context, it just takes you to the whole next level. It's not somebody saying, hey, this person isn't available. So we looked at our incoming calls, and about 1/3 of the calls were people just calling in and saying, hey, take me off the list, don't ever call me, text me again. AI handles that. And I think another 25% or so were people calling in, hey, I missed a call from someone, or I'm returning a call. It handles that video. So that, imagine that's like more than 50% of your call. AI has full context, full everything that you need. So I would, I mean, you can test it for after hours, but now that it has full context, full memory, it can handle a lot of different scenarios for you guys. All right, I missed it. 50, 70 calls per number. Can I add more phone numbers? Yeah, it's 50 to 70 per day, regardless of the phone numbers, Nick. Thank you, Hassan, for answering that. TJ, I recently signed up for a third-party AI caller and paid for a year before I realized you were coming out with a service. Can I integrate recently a third-party caller? I'm not sure, TJ. That's a question. Anthony, Daniel, if one of you can reach out to TJ Sayers and see if you can help him with that question. Marvin, response on same number, not campaign number. It's like if you have one phone number, it'll call from one phone number. If you have multiple phone numbers, it will go based on whichever phone number the campaign is, it's attached with the campaign. So make a call based on that. Can it be set to call new lead if human agent doesn't answer it within a set amount of time? I mean, if it doesn't answer, if the human doesn't answer, then it'll go into, depending on how you have it set up. If the human doesn't answer, honestly, I would have it where after the human, it goes to AI. AI is going to answer that call, so you're not missing that call. But in case, let's say, that would be the best use case if your team doesn't answer. So whatever your next flow is, voicemail, I would get rid of that and insert AI in there, so you're never missing a call then. I would have to input a million zip codes for the Chicagoland area for AI to be set appointment. Yeah, Brett.
You could copy and paste those zip codes in there, by the way. So you could just look up that county and it should give you a list and you could just literally copy and paste them in.
Yeah. Brett, maybe, sorry, Tyler, we can look into it where we can, on our back end, we can do if somebody puts a county, then we can get all the zip codes for that county or city.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Sorry. All right, Ryan, can you speak to your long-term AI roadmap, especially how recently plan to improve voice quality, delivery, and performance as AI model evolved? How do you ensure you stay competitive with the best-in-class AI tool? Yeah, Ryan, great question. I mean, like I mentioned I don't know if you were there, our vision is to empower a single person to be able to close 100 or more deals per year without needing to hire a human in their business. That is what we're working towards. Like even what we rolled out, what we showed you today, I'm not aware of any other AI, any other real estate platform having this sort of capability where it has full context, can make appointments, can make offers. I'm not aware of it. Like it's the memory part. Doing the initial call is one thing, but having memory, following up based on that memory, that's a whole different ballgame because you have to look at every single call, every single SMS, every single note that you leave, if you leave an order, every single custom question, it reads off of that. And that updates the AI brain to be able to call just based on that. I mean, just imagine, like, I'm going to share my screen. If I mean, this is something I've been testing in my live account with my team. Let me share my screen. Like just this alone, like honestly, just this part alone, you could go into any lead. Like I have no idea like what's happened with this lead, and I could just click right here, and it tells me exactly what's happened. Like I did just by one click, it tells me exactly what happened, and I can just look at what is their price expectation? Do they have mortgage? All right, if I want to call, all I have to do is just click right here, and it tells me exactly what I need to do. Nothing, like just that alone. To me, just imagine how much time you're going to save, and you don't have to update anything, nothing. You just like your acquisition team is going in and just having normal conversation. Like your acquisition team is absolutely best at closing deals. They're not, you don't want them to be taking notes. You don't want them to be updating CRM fields or anything. You just want them to freaking just go in, make shit ton of calls. This is what it's going to enable them. And having, just by click of a button, having full context of every single lead by a click of a button. I mean, like this to me, it's incredible. It's incredible. So going back to the question of Ryan, like I'm not aware of any other platform that's doing this to the extent that we are doing. And then the vision that we have for future. I mean, I come from an accounting background. We're thinking like, man, you don't even need a bookkeeper in your business. Like that is the extent of, how far we're thinking about it. Like you don't even need a bookkeeper. You can literally have REsimpli do your books. Like AI will be able to do your books. Yeah, you'll need to some, specific information. You need to provide AI based on properties and whatnot, but you don't even need to think about, should I capitalize this property or should I do this or that? Like it just, I mean, if you just think about anything that you need to do, anything that where a human does not need to do, it's on our table to make sure AI does that. AI is not going to go on a physical appointment for you, but it's going to start setting up shit tons of appointments for you. It's going to, like with the dispo, it's going to start creating listings for you automatically, start calling your buyers, start emailing them, start receiving offers for them. Like it's just like that, there's a lot that we're thinking of. But once we start, like once we 6.0 comes out, some other AI agents are going to come out. But we're making every single decision through the lens of, if it's just one person wanting to close 100 deals or more per year without needing to hire any human, what needs to true for us to make that happen? That's the lens that we're looking everything through. All right. Yeah. So, all right, man. Can the AI be used without being a member of REsimpli? No, you would. The AI is only available if you're part of REsimpli. And then one of the thing is, for you to use it the best possible way, it's the context, man. I mean, creating the initial call, honestly, that's the easy part. But just to be able to, like when Tyler called earlier, the AI said, hey, are you calling about Main Street? Just imagine that, like it knew what property the Tyler was calling about. Like that, to be for AI to be able to do that, read every single context, it knows where the lead is in the pipeline and be able to do that. I mean, if you just close one extra deal, which is, you should be able to close multiple deals per year, but if you close one extra deal per year, it pays for itself and more. And look at the amount of time it frees up, the AI summary, the calling, the buyer AI summary, and then just clicking a button, and you don't even have to think about it. It automatically writes a message for you in DripCamp, and you just toggle a button, and you don't even have to type up a message, no generic message, and it's just automatically sending the messages for you. Yeah, David, yeah, I mean, like, you are exactly the kind of, investor we're looking at, one person that can compete with bigger companies and just be able to have no disadvantage in terms of investing in your team, or, not have to do that. Like imagine you just have AI lead manager at whatever cost you get that at. It's not just one person. It can handle unlimited calls for you. It's not, like each lead manager is going to have a constraint on how many leads it can handle. With this, there is no constraint, none whatsoever. It can handle any number of calls that you want it to handle. All right, Richard, did you have a question you want me to? Let me see. All right, Richard, all right, you should be able to talk now if you want to go ahead and say something. You're on mute. All right, Richard, let me know if you, all right, you're still on mute. Let me see, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Yeah, if any of you guys have any questions that you want to ask, Shanae, let me do this. All right, Shanae, you should be able to speak now.
Yeah, just it's in the chat a bunch. People are wanting to know about the minutes. So they asked, when does the minutes start getting counted? Hold on, where did it go?
When the call is answered.
Yeah, because they were asking like for voicemail and stuff, are they going to get charged minutes for that?
Yeah, so if the call is answered, whether it goes to voicemail or real human, then I mean, that's when we are paying the cost, and we're essentially passing that cost off. And then the cost is high because of the context. Honestly, it's really the context part that's really high. It's because we're passing. I mean, imagine every single call that's happening, we're passing it to an AI brain. That's putting it in a format that we can pass off to our AI, lead manager, or voice AI, or SMS AI. So that is where a lot of our cost goes. All right, Jacob, I'm gonna unmute you. So if you want to say something, you should be able to speak now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
I was just asking for clarity on because I want to get the whole package with the AI and everything. Should I make some adjustments to my current account that would produce the most affordable rate, so to speak?
The
Um,
most affordable, I mean, rate would be, are you planning to get all 10 AI agents?
yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to get more bang for my buck, how to get the best deal. I don't currently have AI established in my plan. I just have the basic plan, so I didn't know if I should upgrade to at least a basic yearly, which would allow
Uh,
me to get
the Yeah, so as long as you're on any yearly plan, doesn't matter whether you're on basic, pro, or enterprise, this would be the best, this will get you the best price. So this
okay.
versus, let me get this out of the way, versus this would be the regular price. If you're on annual plan, and if you're on a monthly plan, then you would pay the full price that you have. But I mean, I'm going to be biased, but obviously I would go for this because you get all 10 AI agents for next 12 months, and then you don't have to worry about for next 12 months all AI agents are included. One other thing for anybody for bigger teams that are using a lot of minutes, let me get this out of the way. We will also have a plan for which we don't want to make. We'll make it live, and we'll send some more information on it. We will also have a plan for unlimited minutes, but there will be a plan for unlimited minutes, so you don't have to worry about any minute usage or nothing whatsoever. So that will also be a plan available. That will be available starting June 1st. So we'll send information on that also. Does that answer your question, Jacob?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. All right. Anybody else has any questions? There's a whole bunch of questions. In a scenario, who includes AI tools? What is the estimate of ramp up? Edward, you could be up and running with this like right away. The only thing is the A2P 10 DLC. So for outbound text to go out, you just want to make sure A2P 10 DLC is set up. That's the only thing that we don't control is the A2P 10 DLC messages. So you want to make sure your A2P 10 DLC is set up within REsimpli. But if you have that set up, then you could be up and running with AI. Like AI summary, it just starts working immediately. Like you don't have to do anything. Caller, dialer, everything starts working immediately. Okay. And then you can reach out to our team support at REsimpli. They can answer any question. Joanne, does free trial includes 3 minutes, or we still have? So Joanne, free trial includes 60 minutes or 1 hour of talk time. You can use it across inbound, outbound, and then after that, you'll have to pay for the minute. Will call time be measured by full minutes, seconds, or 10-second blocks? It is rounded up to full minute. So you just rounded up to full minute, Michael. Would you consider full reserve some of us who have already built AI tools externally so we can plug in? Dominic, we would do that, but I'll be honest, it's not going to be full open API. There's going to be some restriction of what data can be exported. So if you have any specific question, you can email me directly, Sharad at REsimpli. I'm happy to answer. But we will have an open API, but I just want to be clear, it will not be a full open API where everything in the system you will be able to export. Would it recognize an answering machine and leave a proper message or hang up? It will, if it's an answering machine, it'll either leave a message, and then we also have it for inbound. Also 10-15% of the calls are inbound are spam calls, right, Tyler? Like where people just say, hey, this is a Google verification. In that case,
Yep.
it just hangs up. So it handles
hangs up.
your 60% of the cases are 1/3 of your cases, like 30-35% of the cases are somebody wants to be taken off. Another 20-25% is returning a call from a missed call or somebody called back. It handles that. And then about 10-15% is, spam calls. So it handles that also. All right, Marvin, any chance 620 to have something like deals? It will, Demonte, it will have some really, really cool shit. I'll give you guys a quick preview of what 6.0 is going to look like without going too deep into it. But just so that, all right, let me know when my screen is shared. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Either? Yep.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
it.
So this, yeah. This again, this is not final. I mean, there's some tweaks that we're making, but you will be able to create as many pipelines as you want. There's no limit to it, and each pipeline you can customize as much as you want. So you can have any number of pipelines. You can have fully custom pipeline, however you want to do that. You can add as many stages as you want, and the AI will work with it. And then if I go into this, let me see this. This is what the new design is going to look like. You have all your contact, task, appointment, and then all of this section custom fields, fully updated, dispo, cache, and then you will have full audit log. There's a lot of people ask for anytime somebody makes an update, you will be able to see exactly what's going on. This automation is going to be whole new section, like tons and tons of custom automation. You can click right here and see a map view and see every single property that you have in your pipeline from that property. And you can see based on the dot, whether it's a lead, inventory, rental, sold, transaction, dead lead. So there's some really cool stuff coming out. That I'm very excited to show you guys. So there will be a triple line dialer also. That was, one of the top requests that people had. There will be a triple line dialer. I don't know if I don't think I have it loaded in my account yet, but there will be a triple line dialer. You just click right here. It's going to open a triple line dialer, and it's going to be available across the entire platform. List stacking, leads, buyer, agent, vendor across your entire platform, and then way more customization on your list view that you will have. So we're working on some really cool stuff that I cannot wait to share with you with 6.0. So just wanted to give you guys a quick preview. A lot of the stuff that you guys have been asking for, it's coming with 6.0. Super excited. All right, so
I don't know if
6.0
I'm more
something.
excited for the AI or for 6.0.
Oh man, so Demante, you had a question about deal signals. Yes, it will have a lot of really cool dashboards. So really cool stuff coming. Nick, when will it? I don't want to commit to a date. I already got, a lot of pushback on. I tend to be more aggressive, and I'm not the one building something. I'm not going to give a date, but if we are testing it right now. It is a totally new structure that we've set up. We had to basically disregard everything that we had with previous structure, and we rebuilt everything. Like the backend is completely new on the architecture level. Everything is brand new, so it is a pretty big update for us. All right, James had the question. Can you have the AI not leave voicemail if you want it to only talk to them if they answer? I don't know. We can look into that, Tyler. I think there
Yeah,
might be
I
an
think we
option.
can. Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
I
there
think we
is.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
All right. And then Marvin has a question. So it will respond on the number texted call, not the campaign number like it does currently. Marvin, it will respond on you can add it to any phone number that you want it to add it to, and it will still pick up the context. The big part is like it has like memory of every single conversation. It can book phone appointment, it can book in-person appointments, set up tasks, make offers, move leads in your pipeline, essentially replace a human lead manager. That is what it's capable of doing right now for you guys. Okay, can any option to add voice cloning or wrap it in if you already have one? Yeah, Tyler, we should look into that, like voice cloning, and then allow people
Yeah,
to add their own custom
it's
voices.
possible.
We've looked into that, but yeah, we'll allow everybody to add. Like you'll have to upload a greeting of like some recording will give you like 15 to 20-minute recording you upload, and it will be able to clone your voice and speak in that. But on any incoming AI call, only there you will have an option for it to not answer as an AI, but outbound it will always for legal purposes answer that it's an AI. On the inbound or outbound, if anybody asks, are you an AI? It will always say, yes, it's an AI. It's never going to say, Tyler, do you want to show really quick kind of how it handles that?
Yeah, you want to do a test call
Yeah,
showing
if you
how
want
it
to do that.
handles
Yeah.
the AI? Yeah, let me grab my
Yeah,
other
you
phone.
want to call it really quick?
Yeah. Yeah, let me
David
call.
Brown said, I'm excited. David, me too. And me too. And yeah, Shanae had to tell me to calm down on the dates. She called me, after I posted about the AI like a month ago. She said, you should just stop giving dates. Yeah.
Put it on speaker. Can you hear good? There we go.
Hi, this is Kate with REsimpli. How can I help you today?
Yeah, this is Tyler calling back.
Hey, yeah, let me pull up your notes real quick. Is this about the one on Brunswick Court?
Yeah, we talked earlier about it. But I was curious, are you like an AI agent or something like that?
I am, yeah. Think of me as the front desk. I gather the basics, then hand everything over to our acquisition specialist who'll reach out personally. What day works best?
Actually, I just want an offer.
Based on what we have, a realistic range for this would be around $80 to $90,000. That's not a final offer, just to see if we're even close. Does that sound like it could work?
I'd really need to be closer to like 100, but I mean, I guess we're kind of close. What's the next step?
I want to get you set up with Tyler from our acquisition team. He's the one who can go over the numbers with you directly. What day works best?
I'm free any day.
Fair enough. I've got Friday, April 17th at 9 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning. Which works better?
10 o'clock in the morning is good.
Perfect. You're set for Friday, April 17th at 10 o'clock in the morning. Tyler will give you a call.
See you
Should
later.
take 10 to 15 minutes.
All right. I'm seeing some feedback already on it. So we asked it if it's AI. I will say that was a lead that I already have in the system. It has all the data on me, and I just talked to it today, and it does know the recency of the conversation. So I just like, hey, give me an offer. It already had time frame, condition, motivation, price, so it didn't go into all that because it already knew that information. Now, and yes, it did say, I did notice that the $80 to $90,000. I literally turned a setting on right before this call that is in there to basically get the numbers a little bit better. And yeah, it works like 90% of the time, and then sometimes it says that $80. That's something on the back end that it's not even in the voice prompt. It's actually something we're passing to the agent. We're actually passing 80 to 90,000 spelled out like that, just like it said it. So all I need to do is add 3 zeros in the end, and it'll say it the right way. So very simple little fix.
Yeah, we had already identified, but we still wanted to show you. And then also one other thing, the cool thing with the context is the context also goes stale. So if somebody calls back 6 months later and they gave you a price, they gave you condition, now that information is no longer relevant. It's still going to go through and go back to now. So there's a lot of logic written in the back end. If they give an information on condition, price, motivation, when did they give that information? And then we have a logic on how long do we think that information is relevant. Like if they gave a price a week ago, we'll still base it on that price. But if they gave a price 2 months ago, then the price is stale at this point, then I'll still confirm the price. But it's different logic for different things. Generally, some things, the condition tend to be fresh for longer than other things. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the back end on how it handles everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 30 days for price, and then all the other ones it's 90 days because those
90,
don't really
yeah.
change that much. Yeah. And
And
we can
then-
adjust all those.
Dominic said for the outbound, it's not starting no, on outbound, it always starts this is an AI. On the inbound, you can remove, but it does not say AI. On the outbound, it always starts this is AI. And then on inbound and outbound, anytime somebody asks if it's an AI, it will always say yes. I mean, I was surprised how many calls that we've had. We've had, I think in the first 3 months of over 100, I forgot, like we had 125 to 150,000 calls that AI made and received. We analyzed every single call, looked at kind of what people are calling about, what is the bigger, and it was interesting. The question of are you an AI did not come up very often. It did not come up very often. It was like single digit percentage where it came up, are you an AI? So it does a pretty good job of handling that. Can the AI
and
drip
quick-
also send emails? Yeah, go ahead.
Quick side note too. I just want to show everybody the lead that I just called into. It made an offer, and you could see that offer was actually logged in the system. It automatically logs the highest number that was given, so that's in the CRM. It left
And
a
it
little
moved it
note
to
that
offer made.
yeah, and it moved it over to offer made automatically, and it also put a little note here that Tyler called back about Brunswick Court, confirmed a phone appointment for a date and time, and it said that an offer range was given. And then I also, there's a phone appointment now set up in the calendar. So, your acquisition reps or yourself will be able to see that in your task and appointments
And
and
lead
on your
score
actual
also
Google calendar.
updated.
Yeah, lead score just went up a bunch
Yeah,
because,
and then if you go to
uh,
AI summary really quick, that would have also gotten updated. Yeah,
yep, AI summaries
so
updated,
yeah.
offer range,
Oh, Tyler,
next
can you go
steps.
into a property under contract, show them the transaction and dispose summary, which we didn't go over?
Oh yeah, let's go over that real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all these AI fields just updated too, which is awesome. But let's go over to transaction management. Let's just go into a deal. I'll just go into this one from earlier. And then the AI summary here. Now we have, let me go ahead and refresh this real quick. It'll not only give you an acquisition summary, but once it goes under contract, it'll also give you a transaction summary of the terms of the contract, title and escrow information. That since there was a $20,000 mortgage I was talked about, it's bringing that up. It's just telling me to confirm that payoff. Property access, it's been vacant for 6 months. There is an in-person property, walkthrough scheduled. No EMD was discussed in immediate action to take. And then on the dispo side, it's not uploading yet because we're not marketing this deal yet. So once we move it, the dispo, it's going to help you out. Oh, there it is. So dispo
No, it
marketing
does. It does
status.
start doing that. It'll just say nothing. You've not started any
Oh,
outreach.
okay. So it's going to do it even if you just move it to
Yeah,
new
yeah,
contract.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
just for marketing and everything after that. Okay, awesome. I like that better actually, because you can instantly see like exactly what's going on with it. There's nothing going on dispo yet, but it'll pull from all your dispo fields right here, and from all the buyer conversations on this deal. It'll even pull from the listing. Like what type of in the listing you could put like any upcoming dates, like inspection periods or walkthroughs with buyers. You can put all that information here. Just through the conversations, it's going to pick all that up and update the transaction and dispo section of the AI
Yeah.
summary. So the AI
And
summary is
Tyler, go
not
back.
just for leads.
Yeah, go back to, yeah, it's for transaction and dispo will only get populated once the property is under contract. Otherwise, there's nothing for it to populate. Go to the property that you just made an offer on, or just AI made an offer on.
Oh yeah, let's go back.
Yeah, yeah. So, and if you go into like the dialer and then the SMS, it was the Brunswick code on offer made.
Oh yeah, it moved it to offers.
Yeah, yeah. So if you click on the SMS assist,
Yeah, so let's go to SMS assist. So I don't feel like typing a text, so I'm just going to have AI generate a text for me.
yeah.
There we go.
So this was like automatically update based on that specific seller, that specific contact. So if you have it in the drip campaign also, it's going to automatically start updating the text based on this. So if you move the lead back to warm lead, dead lead, anything changes, it'll keep updating automatically on that. And then same thing, if you call on the dialer, then it'll do the same thing. Like it'll pull up the latest information for that lead, tell you
It's
the
pulling up.
latest context for that.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's a need closer to 100,000, the objection prep. So it's giving you an objection prep, opening angle, and everything that you need.
Yeah, because on the call, I told him that I needed to be closer to 100,
Yep.
and talks about the offer range.
Yeah.
So really nice.
Yeah, this is the tough part, is like pulling all the context from everywhere and just feeding it to all the AI. So AI has the most relevant information. Like imagine your acquisition person has this, they're calling, they don't need to read anything. They don't need to listen to any calls, read any notes, nothing. They just click right here and it tells you exactly what their personality is. Yeah, it just tells you what their objection is, the gaps in intel, anything and everything that you need to know about that seller.
Yeah, I like this gaps in intel because,
Yeah.
like, if I forget to ask a question or whatever, like we talked about that the place is rented, but we didn't really go deep into like, is it going to be delivered vacant, tenant occupied? When does the lease end? Like all the little minor details. I can pick that up on the next call just by getting a nice little briefing here and then just click and call.
Yeah.
So no more having to scramble through notes and call my acquisition manager and say, hey, what happened with this lead? Like, what's the update? No, none of that. It's just all right here, ready to go.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm going to quickly go through. Michael Hitchcock had the question, was there a feature for in-call coaching? We don't have anything for in-call coaching, but we'll this is like all AI stuff that's making calls and answering calls. Cameron, can you adjust the offer section to where you can input? Yes. So Tyler, sorry, Cameron, you can do that. But if you go back in kind of the video earlier, when you watch the recording, there is a section where you can adjust the offer range. Michael has, can we program the AI with an inbound script? For example, I have a script for a specific postcard which somebody calls in. It's a 24-hour recorded message, reads the message, and it's a thank you. That's it. Are you considering selling your property? It goes to normal lead intake. Is it? You can, Michael, you can do that as in your initial greeting. So you can set up a phone number for the campaign and have it go to a specific call flow. You don't need AI for that. You can just do that automatically. People are getting used to AI calls. Yeah, I mean, I would say people are. I mean, that's going to be the future. It is the future. I give an example of, like, if you think about, like, go back 25 years ago, if people said, in 2000, and majority of the orders Starbucks or a coffee shop is going to get, or like I live right down the street from Pete's Coffee. It's a California chain, I think. I don't remember the last time I actually went in the coffee shop and placed an order. I always do it from the app. I just go pick it up. Imagine if you go back a few years, nobody would have said, oh, you're going to place an order for a coffee, not talk to a barista. That is the future. I mean, like, AI is just going to be such a big part of it. And as the voice quality keeps improving, we are at the cutting edge of it. We're like constantly looking at it. Can we tweak this? Can we tweak that? We were balancing a lot of things. Like, it's only like this is the worst. This is the worst that it's ever going to be. It's not going to get any worse than this. It's only going to get better from this point on. So, I mean, imagine, like, just if you don't do anything else, if you never ever miss a call, if you call somebody, you have every single context of that person. If you have everything that you need to click a button, you know everything about that seller without listening to any call, without reading any notes, nothing. You just like ready to dial. Imagine like what that does to your business, what that does to your acquisition person, like how prepared they would be for a call versus like reading through notes, catching up. If they're making 50 calls, they're having to read 50 notes, looking at record. No, none of that. Like, we wanted to say, how do we make like note taking just completely irrelevant? Completely, like, you just talk, everything is noted, everything is organized for you, and you can filter based on that also. Can the AI drip? No, so AI cannot send out email, RVM, direct mail yet. We will be adding that later on. We just want you to do phone call and SMS. That's what majority of the people use. And RVM, just so you know, we're getting rid of RVM with 6.0. There's a lot of regulations around it, so we're totally getting rid of it. RVM is going to be replaced with AI calling, which is way better than RVM. So we're getting rid of that, and we'll be adding email and direct mail pieces also. Do we even need a lead? Brett, do we need a lead? I don't think so. I don't think, depend again, it brings back to if your lead manager is like, for me, my lead manager, Jay, he does a lot more than just manages leads for me. He's managing my marketing. He's doing this for me. So for me, he's an integral part of it. But if I had a lead manager, I was just doing the lead management part of it, and I was more involved, then I would not need a lead manager in my business, honestly, because it can do all the follow-up, do everything that a human lead manager would do, only better. I mean, it's just like, if you just walk away with this, imagine an employee that knows everything about every single lead in your pipeline. And anytime they get a call, they pick up from wherever it's left off. That is what AI is doing right here. It knows everything about every single lead. All right. Is there a triage function, the AI to direct me who I should prioritize to call? So Michael, it will automatically do that based on the conversation it's having. If somebody says, make me an offer, if it's a hot lead, it's going to automatically escalate it for human review. If it's somebody say, hey, call me back in 6 months, then there's nothing you need to do. Then it'll just automatically continue following up. Then you don't have to do anything. So you'll know the needs that you need to follow up. I'm sorry, do we have to turn it on manually again for each lead? Corey, are you talking about the AI lead manager? The AI summary dialer and everything that will be available on every single lead on Saturday. So when you go, it should be available for every single lead. After the free trial and on a paid plan, will there be a token threshold we get, or we still roughly pay? So there will be, I mean, after the free trial is over, everything else, like, there's no token usage for AI summary, the dialer or anything like leads. So there's no token usage for that. The only thing that you have to pay for is the minute, and we will have an unlimited plan also. Again, depending on how many leads you have, the unlimited plan will be the way to go. where you don't have to worry about minutes. You can just make as many calls, have AI take as many calls, make as many calls without you needing to worry about anything. But there will not be any token usage the only usage will be for the minutes. If you're not an unlimited plan, everything else, there's no token usage. So it will respond to the number text. So we already went through this. All right, I would have to input a minute. Yeah, so I think we went through all the questions. Guys, anything else that is not answered that I did not answer for you guys?
Hey, Sharad, there's one in the webinar chat about how does the AI alert the acquisitions managers after booking an appointment apart from putting it on the calendar?
Yeah,
There's
Tyler, do you want to take that?
Yeah, it's going to go to your notification section every time after every outbound call that the AI updated. So you could see earlier the AI actually called a couple leads and tagged me on some notes here. So not only will you get the notifications here, which you could go in your settings and set up however you want these. You could get a text. There's a lot of settings for your notifications in REsimpli, but the AI is doing an @ tag to you after every post call. So and yeah, it will go on your calendar too. So if you're
Tyler,
hooking up
one
your
thing, sorry, I just thought one thing we should do when it tags someone, when it books an appointment, we should also add the person who booked an appointment for in the tagged comment.
Okay, yeah,
Right now
I like that.
Right now it's defaulting to the owner on the account, but we should also do the person it set up an appointment for.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll write that down.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, does that
and,
kind of answer the question on notifications for post call?
Yeah, and Tyler, one other thing we should do when it sets up an appointment, just automatically have it set up 2 reminders for the person it set an appointment for. One goes out immediately, and one can go out 24 hours and an hour before.
Yeah, because we can already do that. It's just you have to
So
set
we'll
that up
just make an
manually right now, but we're
appointment.
gonna automatic.
Yeah, we'll just automatically do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Michael said, Sharad, you're a machine handling this call. Thank you for the hard work. I appreciate how responsive you and your team have been since I started REsimpli last year. Thank you, Michael. That really, really means a lot. I appreciate that. I mean, Tyler is the one who's the architect of this whole thing, and Sandeep, our CTO, is the one who's built it. If I want to use the real estate, terminology, I just happen to get lucky with hiring the right people. There's other people on this call. Then we're going to shout out to Shanae, Daniel, Tazuar, Anthony, Ehsan, and then I saw, other people from our supporting Dawn and Camille from our demo team, jumped on this call. So everything we're doing, I just want to be like, our vision is we want to empower every single person to close as many deals as they possibly can, 100 deals or more. That is the benchmark we're using internally, 100 deals, whether that is part of your business or not. But the goal is 100 deals or more without needing to hire a single human. That is what we're looking at every single decision, like even down to bookkeeping. Like, do you really need a human bookkeeper to do this, or can you just have AI do this? Like Dispo, transaction management, marketing. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out. So yeah, this is a very, 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 very exciting year for us with everything that we have coming down the roadmap. And I want to apologize. I screwed up on the 6.0 timeline. And Shanae called and yelled at me and said, Sharad, you got to stop giving these timelines. You're never good at these. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stop doing that. I just put too much pressure on my team.
The
And
worst.
Yes. I'm going to, that is 100% my fault. Greg, you had your hand raised. I'm going to unmute you if you want to have a question or something.
Thank you very much. Evening, everyone. I have a question, Sharad. I'm completely, I've bought real estate in the past, never wholesaled it. I'm looking to get into it. I'm a complete newbie. I'm a neophyte. So this question might seem really, really simple to other people who are also on the line. However, I'm wondering, is there a preferred lead generation channel that works best with REsimpli? Like, there's a lot of things out there, pay per click, pay per lead, all kinds of stuff. Or are we able to generate our leads through REsimpli? And secondly, if I'm using PropStream, which I'm not using anything yet, but do you guys offer similar types of features so that I wouldn't need something like PropStream to?
Yeah, We do, and then yeah, we do offer you can build your list also within REsimpli, and as far as like watch lead channel, um, yes, that is a very, I personally love direct mail. That is my go-to marketing channel. But having said that, we have investors that are doing everything from cold calling, SMS, direct mail, PPC, PPL. I use PPL also. I use motivated sellers and property leads, I want to say. Yeah, those two. But yeah, like every marketing channel works. The thing I would say is the one that you stick with the longest is going to give you the best result. It's like going to the gym. It doesn't matter what gym you go to. If you go consistently, you're going to get in better shape. Whether you go to F45, Orange Theory, Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness, or whatnot, you just have to go to the gym and commit to going there. That's the thing that is the biggest thing I notice. People jump from one, tool to another or one marketing channel to another. If you just stick with one, commit to it, and absolutely optimize for that marketing channel, you will see results. You will absolutely see results from that.
I love that example. Thank you, my man.
Yep.
And congratulations.
Cool. Awesome.
Looks like you guys made a hell of a product. I look forward to becoming a client. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Tom said, since you teased that with 6.0 just to manage expected, are we planning to go? Yes, we will be going live by the end of 2026. It'll be sooner than that, but I hate to give dates, and I tend to get very aggressive. Honestly, I gave a date, and then I just kept adding more and more for my team, and they're like, Sharad, you gotta stop giving us new stuff if you want. It's like, how can we lock a timeline if you just keep adding new stuff? So we finally made it as all right, we're gonna lock it. We have enough, like we have pretty awesome dashboards coming. I kind of showed you with multiple pipeline. There's some really, really cool stuff coming on buyer, on dispo. I'll show you guys one other thing, as I'm on this. Even on the dispo stuff, it's going to get a huge, huge update. Here, let me share my screen really quick. All right.
Yeah, I
Tyler,
can't
let me
wait
know
for
when
the
you can see.
6.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
Right. So just the dispo also within REsimpli, now it's going to be a pipeline. So you can manage your dispo pipeline within for each lead separately. So it's going to have its own pipeline within. You can do the list view also, but I just personally like grid view. And then you can also customize this grid view. If you want to add a new status, possible offer, you can do that. And it's going to add that status for you. And then you can move it around. You can just decide wherever you want to move it. Where do I do that? Yeah. And then you have some other customization. Where do I move? Oh yeah, move status. I can say I want to go right here, update, and then updates my pipeline. So once I refresh, it should get it updated. So you'll have lots and lots of updates coming. I didn't do that, but it's still in testing. Again, I don't want to give you any date right now because we're adding a bunch of other things. I'll show you something in buyers also. I don't have buyers in my account yet. Yeah. But yeah, well, I'll do another call later on, to go over some buyer stuff that I can
Do you
show
have any
you. Like when you notice,
dashboards?
I don't have right now. I don't have
Okay, I
any
love the
dashboards right now.
dashboards that are
Yeah, I don't
coming.
have any
That's one of my
dashboards right
favorites.
now, but yeah, you'll have a bunch of new dashboards also. All right. Any other questions that did not get answered? All right. And then, yeah, everything is going to be live. So Saturday morning when you wake up, depending on how early you wake up, you should have it in your account live. One thing you will need to do is when you log in, you will have to, you will need to go into, you'll see this AI marketplace. Just make sure you go in and activate the agent. So you just want to make sure it's activated for it to show up. So if it does not show up, Danielle, Anthony, if you can make a note of this, if you get anybody requesting that, they will need to go in, like this is all, yeah, you'll just need to click in right here, activate agent. You'll see something like this, and then it's just going to basically be activated. So if you see the old dialer, or if you don't see the AI summary or something, that means you have not clicked in and activated that. So just make sure you do that. And then you need to set up your AI agents, and same thing on the SMS conversational stuff. So I'm sure once we go live, there's going to be some feedback. So yeah, but we wanted to go live with this. The autonomous part will be coming. There's a lot of moving pieces with that. So we don't want to just stack too much on this update. We want to make this live, let it go live for a couple of weeks, get any feedback. So Tyler, we'll get the address field added, where it will ask for name and address, especially the address. so they can be removed, and then they can map back to their marketing, and then other questions that some of the other feedback. And maybe we can also change the speed of the response.
Yeah.
Yeah, and make it a little bit faster, but we'll get some feedback and then we'll keep updating based on that also. Cool.
Yeah, we could definitely update all those little things, and that's something we're looking forward to. You know, the more we use this, the more we can feed it, and the better it gets. So, you know,
Yeah.
what you saw today, everything you saw today is the worst it's going to be. It's just going to get better
Yeah.
from here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to the feedback.
Cool. Awesome. And then you guys will receive an email with the recording link. And then, Tasser, do you guys want to put the YouTube link right here, where we are streaming? Okay.
Michael put it in the chat.
Okay. Cool. I am going to share this with everyone. So if you guys want to pick up really quick, this is the YouTube link. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Tazwar. Yeah. So click on this YouTube link. You can go back and watch the entire recording. But yeah, that's all I have, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much again. Thank you, Tyler, for working on this. Thank you, Daniel, Tazwar, Anthony, Asan, Shanae, on this call. Sandeep's not on this call, so thank you to him. He's the one who just keep pushing the updates. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? So if you have any questions, you can book a demo. Don or Camille will be able to answer any questions that you have. Or if you have any specific pricing questions, reach out to support@resimpli.com. They will be able to answer any question. But just know that our vision is we're working very, very aggressively towards it. A single person with the technology, empower a single person to be able to close 100 deals without needing to hire a single human. The goal is to get that as soon as possible. We have like 12-ish month that we're setting ourselves in, but depending on how technology changes, we're just going to make sure we always stay at the cutting edge of it. Cool. All right, Tyler, any last words from you before we wrap up?
Thank you guys for attending. We're going to be working hard in the background, making sure it's the best real estate AI product out there. And I might open up for some demos too. Hopefully I can hop on some calls with some of you guys and walk you through how to set this up. So
awesome. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being on the call. I know it's 2 hours and 17 minutes on the call. I appreciate you sticking on the call. And then we'll send an email out with a link and then some updates on the pricing. Will include pricing summary also. So, and then again, you have free trials. So you have until May 31st to make up your mind on it. And then, you can lock in the best price.